Hey guys, Wincher here. Most of you will be having the new map pack, Close Quarters, available for download tomorrow, June 12th, for us, the platforms, PlayStation 3 guys. We've had it here for about a week now. And before you download it here, or if you're still considering here, I want to show you some gameplay on the other three maps. I've already shown you some gameplay on, I believe it's called Scrapyard. I got posted some footage of the gun game on that, as well as some domination tips on that. This map right here is Donya Fortress, and as you can see here, this is still conquest domination. Pretty much you got 3 points, just like all the other type of maps. This is like the main foyer right here. We just went through the basement area into the sauna room, and now we're pushing up here into again the main foyer, which is where our position C was. Prior to that, that was position Bravo. You can see there the M26 Mass has made a comeback here. But here I'm running the support class gun. The next video I want to make is the next video I will make will be detailing the changes in the support class. They've really increased the effectiveness of all support class weapons, and the L86 here is a great example of that. Incredibly powerful gun, and it can certainly hold its own in close quarters maps like this, where in prior game modes that we've experienced with Battlefield 3, particularly in with the last patch we had in March of this year, was just basically just ripping the teeth out of the support class with the suppressive fire and everything they had. I just couldn't. It was like every other bullet only counted in terms of the hit detection. That's pretty much changed now with just any support class weapon, whether it be a PKP, this gun, or M27. I mean, they're all very effective guns, and feel free to use them here in close quarters maps. I really like the L86 because it fires really good from the hip, particularly with the laser sight. But as you can see here, outside their second go is just kind of overlooking like a gazebo type area, a little courtyard, and looking over our position Alpha, picking off a few guys on that balcony on position Alpha, then pulling back here to defend position Charlie. And you got, of course, basically got two levels on every map. It's kind of like multiple dimensions to the map. So you want to be, heads up on the match, and depending on what map you're playing, you really got to keep your eyes up and down and scanning multiple layers of combat, because there's a lot going on in these matches. Right here you're watching like a 15 kill streak I get. That is kind of rare to get those kind of high kill streaks on these game modes and maps, whether you're playing team deathmatch or conquest domination. With as many close quarters engagements as there are, chances are you're just not going to survive that long. So that's kind of adjustment you have to get used to when you're playing these game modes on these maps and this content now. You're just not going to be the super soldier that you may be accustomed to, and it was a little bit adjustment for myself as well. Kind of again reflecting back, it really does feel a lot like Call of Duty, guys, and I hate to keep comparing it to that, but I mean that I'm just saying what it is. I mean, when I play Call of Duty, this is kind of what I feel like. So it's fun. It's a different alternative game mode and feel than Battlefield 3, but it's more than just Call of Duty, though. Don't get me wrong. When you have these destructible environments like this, and you're seeing plaster and tile, and you're hearing the sound of that exploding and bullets hitting that, it really immerses you in the type of game modes that you're playing. And in these kind of maps, you really feel like you're there in a lot of ways. I mean, literally everything will react to you firing a bullet on it. Whether it's a seat cushion in a chair, a pillow on a sofa, the tiles and the walls. I mean, it's just incredible, the sound depth that they really spent a long time, painstakingly making sure that the entire Battlefield 3 environment here really is HD destructible. But situations like this, you're going to see a lot where you just have literally half the team, I mean 5, 6 guys right in front of you, so be prepared for that. This next map I want to show you is Ziba Tower. This is my personal favorite thus far. It's just basically like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like a small little, I don't know, apartment complex probably isn't the right word, but you got a little courtyard area here and two parallel buildings that are connected via the courtyard, and I'm finding myself really enjoying the team deathmatch modes on these. I'm not too fond of the conquest domination, just because again it's a lot of running back and forth all the time, but this map I really enjoy just because you're kind of like on a skyscraper, and you got a lot of narrow corridors here, and you can basically shoot through a lot of the walls in these corridors. Like this main one right here, there's, it's basically 2 corridors separated by this hallway. And that hallway is completely destructible. So you throw a grenade in there or shoot an RPG, you'll see later on in this gameplay how you can just pretty much destroy that entire hallway. It's a lot of fun. Here I'm coming up behind the team with the M417, one of my favorite weapons here. And even with the semi-automatic sniper rifle here, you can really dominate the team if you could play smartly. I think they did a really good job with these maps. I'm really pleased with overall with the feel of every map. I don't feel like I'm constantly boxed in. They're big enough and small enough at the same time. And when you start to play them, you'll see what I mean. In other words, you're not constantly running into guys all the time. You have enough room to breathe, and you have areas you can duck into, to kind of get away from the main action. You kind of know where the main action's going to be, like in hallways like this. Certain stairwells, certain alleyways, that's where the main action or the foot traffic is. So if you play smartly, you can put claymores down in those kind of areas and really capitalize on that. But oddly enough, that main courtyard you see there off my left, not much action really goes on out there. Most of it's over here in the parallel buildings. So it's kind of strange because I figured most of the action would be out there, but it's really not. As you can see there off my right there, the open skyscrapers, you're basically on top of a skyscraper. It's pretty neat to look at. You got like helicopter hovering above. They did a good job with the animations on these maps. A lot of detail. Every little vase and picture, and in some parts of this map, I think you have even like bars and stuff with little wine bottles on them. And right here, look at this. Watch this. Boom. I mean, M320 just hit that wall and just... it just dazed, confused me. I'm still like, oh, because, when that goes off in your headset, you're like, oh, man. And then, of course, I get a shotgun to the back. But that was one of my main concerns, I said, with the new content was, is it going to turn into a shotgun love fest? And, I have to say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It has not been that much of a consideration. See, you can see all the walls here, all they're all blown up. Pretty neat. Look at that sprinkler system going off right there. A lot of detail. But... again, I'm not seeing a lot of guys just run around constantly with shotguns, so, a lot of servers, too, are getting on top of that saying, no shotguns, and I'm kind of, like, shaking my head already, but a lot of them are already saying no C4 plants on the domination points because they're so small to capture. You can just put, like, one pack of C4 on it, get an easy multi-kill or something like that if the team doesn't, pay attention to them and try to detonate any C4 before they try to capture the point. But anyway, people are already bitching about that. I think that's a little overkill, but... a lot of servers already banning these shotguns, so that's good, I guess, because they really are really difficult to take on in close quarters. But most of you guys have had access to the new weapons. I'm real pleased. I've seen a lot of changes in a lot of the weapons. Like, everything really feels a lot better to me. It looks like the FAMAS is back from the dead. That gun is just devastating again at close range. But I think they've nerfed the recoil on it. This last map, I don't really have that good a gameplay on it. For some reason, I must have deleted the good games I had already. I believe it's called Operation 925. I like this map a lot, too. You're going to see an epic moment in this gameplay where I'll slow it down for you. You can see it in slow motion, but it's kind of like what they were showing you in the trailers of Battlefield. Close quarters, it's like trailers showing you what you can anticipate to see. And, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. It really did feel like the trailer in a lot of ways, when you're seeing lots of particle board, shooting up around you, and you're like an office cubicle area. A lot of fun. But this main area right here, this is position alpha, kind of like a little cafeteria area. And then mainly you're going to head through like this corridor area here towards position Charlie. And then below both these positions is position Bravo, which is kind of like a parking garage. So it's like an office type corridor, and here's a main corridor right here with a lot of cubicles to my right. And all these blow up, which is a lot of fun. And you'll see me later on here get really entangled with some gameplay here in a minute. But this is still early in the match, so most of this stuff is not blowing up. A lot of glass and stuff, which really gives you an advantage too when you hear people, cutting through glass with their knife and stuff. You can kind of get an indication of where those players are, or if they're close to you or not. This is here approaching the aft end of the match, or map that is, over here in position Charlie. Kind of like a little lounge area. And then this is reversing back towards position Alpha, and the area you just saw. So right below all this, everywhere I'm staying right here, there's basically the entire match. There's a parking garage below our feet here, which it's a lot darker down there, so tack lights become a little more effective, and some burning cars and stuff like that. So it's kind of more difficult to acquire your enemies visually there. So putting down tugs are effective means to find your enemy. But I'm finding out tugs and motion detectors from the Raycon class really aren't. I don't know if they reduce the range on a weapon. They really do not give you a heads up on enemy locations. I'm kind of surprised how limited the range is on them now. They're really not what they used to be, and particularly they certainly don't detect any motion above you or below you. But here's that position in that map I want to tell you about. We're ready to start taking fire here. I duck to the right and go in this cubicle area, and then the bullets just start flying, and I'll slow it down here so you can watch it. So here comes a few guys up in front of me, and let's slow it down so you can see this epic moment. So I shoot one guy, now I'm taking fire, and now these cubicles are just to start blowing up. I'm already taking cover behind them, and they're still shooting at me here. And boy, moments like this just really engross you in the game. Managed to take on that guy. So that's two guys to take out. Grenade going off right there, and then one last guy to my right trying to outflank me, and a lot of fun. Another explosion there. I mean, look at all these little papers and stuff blowing up there in distance. I mean, this is HD destruction here. They did a real good job, the DICE developers, of really painstakingly making sure that every little environment has animations in terms of its interaction with bullet interaction. So that's pretty impressive, I think. I've never seen a game like that before. That really allows you to immerse yourself in an environment like that. It's again a different feel in the game. I'm still adjusting to it to myself. It's difficult. I'm not really finding any one gun being the main problem in this game. I see people do good with every class weapon, and here I am with a sniper rifle for goodness sake. So I think everything's well balanced overall. I'm enjoying the game modes, but it's nice to go back to the traditional big battlefield maps. I find myself going back to those and really enjoying that too. So I would certainly recommend buying Close Quarters. I'm very pleased with it. It's certainly worth buying Battlefield Premium because you'll get the rest of the content whenever they do release that, and there's some incredible content coming out. I got real excited when I heard about Armored Kill having an AC-130. I mean, are you kidding me? That was my area of expertise with Call of Duty. I mean, I was AC-130 god. I mean, nobody messed with me with AC-130. So the fact that they're going to even bring that in, I'm just incredibly excited for that. I don't even know what to think about it. I would never have expected that. Never in a million years would I have expected them to make that part of Battlefield 3. So hands down, I think this is the best game ever made that I've seen in a first-person shooter genre. They're continually expanding it. I mean, this is a completely different feel of a game. You're basically getting a whole new game here, and it's a lot of fun, guys. So hope you enjoy as much as I have. Again, it's not something you can play all the time because it drains you quite a bit, and I'm not gonna say you're gonna get bored of it, but you'll get kind of you'll be ready for something else after a while. You play this for a few days, you're like, okay, let's go back to the Battlefield 3 I know. And then when you play that too much, you can come back to this, and then maybe you can throw a gun game in there too. So I mean, it kind of gives you more options to choose from. I'm not saying this is going to be your new, the only game mode you want to play, but certainly a lot of fun. I'd highly recommend it. Please like, subscribe, video if it helped you out, guys. My next video I will put out is about the support class. I'll be detailing that here, as you can see, with a little PKP action. This is a gun I never even touched before this latest release. So they've really increased the effectiveness of a lot of support class weapons, so I'll be addressing that in my next video. Thanks for watching again, guys. Look for the new Close Quarters Battlefield 3 premium content. I'd highly recommend it.